Okay, now I'm going to show you how to reduce adverb clauses to sound, a little bit more like people do when they're talking and they reduce their speech and make what they're saying a little bit shorter. It can also make it sound more academic. And I hope you don't mind my little kid's little whiteboard here. Okay, so the first thing you need to do when you're reducing is recognize that this is your goal. This is what you're trying to do. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to reduce the adverb clause. So again, in this sentence, after I edited my paper, that is the adverb clause right there. After I edited my paper, I turned it in. So you want to reduce the adverb clause and make it shorter. So if you want to do that, the result will look like this. After editing my paper, I turned it in. But how do you get to that place? So the first thing you need to know is that if you're trying to reduce the adverb clause inside your sentence, you need to make sure that the subject of the adverb clause and the subject of the independent clause are the same person or the same thing. Because if they are not, you will create an error called a dangling modifier. So in this case, they are the same thing. Therefore, I was able to reduce it. Also, what you want to do is you want to look at the verb in the adverb clause. So here the verb was edited. And it doesn't really matter what verb tense it is in. The verb was edited. So all you need to do is change that verb to an ing form. After editing my paper, I turned it in. So in this example, let's check to see if we can reduce this adverb clause. While she was writing, okay, let's see. The subject is she and the subject is she. It is the same person, so that's the first check. Now over here, let's look at this verb. Here we have be plus verb ing. And all we need to have in the adverb clause to reduce it is the verb plus ing. So in this case, you just need to eliminate that form of be, okay? Your end goal is to have the verb of the adverb clause be in the ing form. So whatever form it is in, ed, future, progressive, take out the parts that are not ing and only leave the ing part. Then you need to make sure that you remove the subject of the adverb clause too. Because they're the same, you can take this subject out, make sure the verb is in the ing form, and then it's reduced. While writing, she got some good ideas. Here's another example. Since I turned in my essay, I have had a nice break. Okay, so here's the adverb clause because it starts with that time word. And in this case, since doesn't mean because. Since means from a time in the past until now. So, since I turned in my essay, I have had a nice break. The subject of the adverb clause and the subject of the independent clause are the same person. So that's the first check. Now look at the verb. We just need to make sure that's in the ing form. So change it to turning. And then what else do we need to do? Take out the subject of the adverb clause, and now we have a reduced adverb clause. Since turning in my essay, I have had a nice break. Okay, now I'm going to give you one more type, and that's with the word because. The word because is a little bit different. It's a little tricky, so there is a different rule, and let me show you what that's all about. All right, so here's the example with because. Because she worked so hard on her essay, she got a good grade. Now, if you were to reduce this in the same way that I just said, it wouldn't work. You would take out the subject because they're the same subjects, and you would change this to working. And you would say, because working so hard on her essay, she got a good grade. That's not correct. What you need to do in this case is take out the word because as well. And then you start with the verb. And you just say, working so hard on her essay, she got a good grade. That's it. So with because, you have a special exception, and you just need to take out the subject, turn the verb to an ing form, and then also take out the word because. And that's it. I hope you can try practicing reducing adverb clauses in your own sentences to have more variety in your sentences and to have more coherence within your ideas. Okay? All right. I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye-bye.